Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne, and I will be right with you in a moment if anyone decides to jump on today. Okay, I will be right back. I'm just sharing this out and letting people know that I'm on. Okay, I did not let anybody know that I was coming on today, so no one may show up, and that's all right. I'll talk to myself, which I do quite often. Okay, so I'm just sharing this out. Let's see, live stream. Okay, put that there. And now let me go over here and back over here. Okay, I share this out on my Facebook pages, which I have two of them. Share on a page. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Okay. Well, hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne, and I am doing an impromptu live stream, which basically means this is not my normal time to come on. I did not let anyone know that I'm coming on. And I kind of did it at a moment's notice. So we may not have anyone that shows up today. And if that happens, that's okay. Maybe some will watch it in replay land. And a lot of people are out on a Saturday because, well, Saturdays are a wonderful, fun day for most people. So most people are not glued to YouTube. And so I understand that. But because I have such a busy schedule now with going back to college at age 62 and I'm now 63, basically I have very limited times that I can come on here live streaming. And I also have a family and I have kids and I have, I have a husband and everybody. So my life is really, really, really busy. And I normally came on every day. In the beginning, I came on around this time or a little bit earlier. Then it kind of switched over and I started coming on about 10 o'clock at night, which is my normal time. It remains my normal time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so basically how it worked is that you know what, I am not seeing, oh, there we go. Basically how it works is that I normally come on at 10 p.m. from grandma's porch. But today my husband is golfing with my son and they're out golfing. My other son is working and my daughter is she's doing something, a project in the back of the house here, so that she's working on. So I thought I'll just jump on. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Marshi. Amor Vivar. Hello, Casey, Vlog Tech. Welcome, welcome. Daniela, welcome. Thank you for coming on. Like I said, I didn't really plan on coming on today. And then I thought, you know what, I had a free moment. I just got in from my 5-mile run. No, I wasn't wearing this. I threw this on after. And I did my 5-mile run. And it's an overcast day with potential rain. And I thought, you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and come on. A sweaty mess and all. So from Georgia, KS, from Georgia, USA. And so welcome. I appreciate you being here. I really do. And, you know, I normally, most of what y'all see are my 5-minute videos because that's what I do. And I keep them 5 minutes because, well, in the beginning stages of growing your channel, I think it's better to keep your videos short. And as many of you know, I've really only been public for about 6 months and I grew to well over 12K. And so I'm new at this. I'm a newbie. I'm a beginner. I'm a novice. Okay. So I've learned a lot in a very short amount of time. And I like to share it with y'all so that you can grow quickly as well. And so yesterday I shared in a live stream, because I did do a live stream yesterday. And I shared with y'all how you can grow your channel quickly. And today I kind of wanted to talk more about the mistakes that people make on YouTube. And believe me, there are a lot of them, and I've made some of them. Okay, so I will share with you my mistakes as well as what I see in other people, and so that you can avoid those mistakes and you can grow. So I'm a 63-year-old college student. I'm a mom of 3 young adult kids, who 2 live at home, and my daughter, who has an apartment of her own, is always here. And I have a husband, and he golfs, and so he and my one son are golfing today. So my life is busy, 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 and I work out every day. I take care of my health. I promote living a healthy lifestyle. And, at 63, it takes work to look like this. Okay. It doesn't come easily. It comes with a lot of discipline and taking care of who I am from many different angles. And I share about that often on my channel. So I am so grateful that you all are here, Helen and Top Gamer. And anyone, if I miss your name, just re-put a comment in. Because I can't, when I don't wear my glasses, it's hard for me to read. I have 20/25 vision, which is excellent for my age. But about a year ago, when I went back to college, I was sitting behind the computer so much that I began to wear glasses. And my theory is that glasses weaken the eyes. And so since then, I now have to wear the glasses in order to read the computer screen. So when I take them off, I can't see a whole lot on the stream. And then I put them back on, and then I read the stream. And so welcome, welcome. And so yes, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I run, I take care of my body, and I promote a very healthy, happy lifestyle. I don't give advice, I don't give suggestions, I just share with y'all how I live my life, in hopes that you will find your way to live your own best life. And often when I do these live streams, so many people come on here and they share their views and how they live their best life, and how they are, and also like today, how they grow their channel. Okay. Thank you, Helen. I'm doing really, really well. I have to tell you, this week has been an extremely busy week for me, because I take a full load of college courses, and some of them are really, really hard. Even my one teacher said the one course that I'm taking is extremely hard. And right now I'm carrying an A average in every class, and I've been on the dean's list every time. And so I want to stay there. So it requires a lot of work on my part after going back to college after 40 years. 40 years. And I decided to do that thank you, Helen. I do recognize you, and you are amazing. You are absolutely amazing, Helen. And you're very welcome to come up too if you want to shout out your channel. I'm going to drop the link in a few moments. Beautiful colors, welcome, welcome. I would like to say this. Y'all know, well, you may not know if you're new to my stream, but I had a situation about 3 weeks ago. At 10 o'clock at night, I was doing a live stream from Grandma's porch, and we were talking about blessings, God's blessings, and, just was a wonderful, wonderful live stream. And someone wanted to come up. And when, in the StreamYard, you get little pictures, little blocks at the bottom, and it shows that someone's there waiting to come up. And so what happened was they only had a photo. They didn't have, there was no movement there. Okay. And so I was hesitant. And I always say, when you're hesitant, that's God talking to you. And I did not listen to my hesitancy. And I left them up. And as soon as I left them up, I had to shut down this stream. I had to shut, I'm not going to go further than that, but I had to delete the stream and everything. And so I've kind of, now the way it is whoever comes up, first of all, has to mute their YouTube, because otherwise it echoes, and you only leave your StreamYard. Basically, you leave your StreamYard up and you mute or take off your YouTube. And but I have to see movement or have recognized the person and know who they are. That's kind of how I do it now. And until I get to know who everyone is. And so basically, that happened to me. I had two situations, one with a person I knew that insulted one of my guests that I had up here. So I had to remove them right away. And I deleted that stream as well. And because, I'm the one that controls the stream on my channel. So I'm responsible who I bring up. And, if they're not, treating each other right, then I'm responsible for removing them. So, but you know what? 99 and 9/10% of people are amazing and wonderful. And always keep that in mind. When you run across someone who's not nice, don't let that not nice person ruin it for all the nice people out there. And so after that happened to me, I was really hesitant about doing any more live streaming. And then I said, you know what? Why would I let one person ruin it for all the great people that are out here? And so, thank you, KS. Thank you. And so basically, don't let one wrong circumstance, one wrong situation, one wrong person ruin it for you. Okay, don't let that happen. And so I don't let that happen. But I'm just more cautious. So my suggestion for anyone who does a live stream and you're using StreamYard, make sure you either know the person or that there's movement below, that you can see the movement of the person, like back and forth or whatever, that it's not just a still, because if it's a still photo, you don't know who or what's behind it. Okay, so I've been up here on YouTube about publicly a little over 6 months. Now I've had a channel 11 years. My channel had, when I came up publicly 6 or 7 months ago, had around 200 subscribers, which were all family and friends and people that I knew, minus one or two that found me along the way. I never tagged my videos. I never titled them. They were not designed for the public, although they were open to the public. They were open to the public so that my kids and my family and friends could access them. And so they were like 1 minute long. They were wisdom, motivational, or inspirational videos. And I wanted to do that for my family so that they would always have a running dialogue of my wisdom and my inspiration. And so about 6 months ago, some friends, KS says, ma'am, eat well, take rest, make more happy. Absolutely. I totally agree. Absolutely. 100%. And so 6 months ago, several people came to me and said, you know what, you really, really need to go more public. And I thought, well, how do I do it? I don't know how to do it. And so, they were talking about thumbnails, which I had no idea how to make a thumbnail, a beginning and an ending. And I had no idea how to do it. And so basically what I did was I started making 5-minute videos instead of 1 minute videos. I titled them and I began to tag them, finding out later how important tagging really is to promoting out your videos. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do my videos on. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do what I have done for 10 years for my family, which is just share my wisdom and my inspiration. And so I came on here, and every day I'd make about 5-minute videos. And part of the reason I kept them at 5 minutes is because I don't like to drag things out. I have wisdom teachers that I've learned from throughout the years that, you have to sit for 3 or 4 hours to get 5 minutes worth of, good wisdom. And I thought, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it 5 minutes of concentrated wisdom. So whatever video I put out is subject oriented and it's very concentrated. And then I get off. Well, what I found out, that's not good for monetization, but it is good for something else. Okay. And monetization, once, they want longer videos. They want 20-minute videos so they can put 2 commercials on. And that's a long time for me to do a video on one subject. And I thought, well, I could merge subjects together, which I tried to do. And I didn't like that as well, because there again, people's attention span lasts about 5 minutes. And I thought, okay, I'm going to keep them at 5 minutes. I'm not going to concern myself with monetization. I'm going to focus on growing my channel first. Now, I saw a lot of friends who at 1K immediately went for the monetization. They got their commercials tagged on, and something happened there that I noticed with a lot of them. Not all, but a lot of them. They began to slow down. Their growth began to slow down. And I tried to figure that out. And what I figured out was there was a commercial on the beginning of their video. And a lot of people, if they didn't know their channel, weren't going to wait around, and they just clicked off and didn't subscribe. So I decided to hold off on monetization and just grow my channel so people could immediately access my video, in which they did. And I think in part that really helped push me forward to being well over 12K right now. So I think that that's really something, monetization is a wonderful thing. I encourage it, but I also understand people who do not get monetized up front. Jen Cooper, what's the house rules here? Jen, thank you. You know what? That's a very, very smart question, because that was one of the things I was going to talk about today. And you are wise and you brought it up. So thank you. This is not a growth channel. Okay. It's a grandma channel, as I call it. And because I'm a grandma, and we can grow here, we can make friends here, but normally I have moderators on and they drop links for people because it's not a growth channel. And I don't randomly hand out wrenches because of my experience with what happened, is what I mentioned earlier. And so being that I'm not a growth channel, I don't hand out a lot of wrenches, but we do grow and you do connect and you will make friends here. And so, but I shout out a lot of growth channels, and I am going to share with you some growth channels today that are my favorites. And that is also another way to grow your channel, is through growth channels. But you want to go to the right growth channels. Not all growth channels are the same. And so I know some of the best growth channels out there. My issue with growth channels is that I don't have the time to do most of them because I'm busy. So I have to rely on the old-fashioned way of tagging titles and videos. And that's why I make so many videos, is to share out. And thank you, Wow TV. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And so, but Jen, that's a very smart question. And I want you to know that most people don't ask that question. And most people assume that one set of rules are going to apply to all channels. And that is absolutely not so. So when I go to a channel, the first thing I do is, if I know the channel and they know me, I share them out. That's the first thing I do. And I've talked about that. Hey, eBay, welcome, welcome. Great to see you. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, welcome. And, I want to say that, that when you share out, it costs you nothing. And I did a video called Share Out, Shout Out. And I'm going to tell you what that means. When I go to a live stream, I share them out. I share them out. And I let them know that I have shared them out, because if you don't let them know, they're not going to know. So I let them know that I've shared them out. And hey, yes, Jen, I'm going to share some good ideas, so I hope you stick around for a little bit. And you know what, Jen? I'm new to YouTube too. And you see that I'm at well over 12K in about 6 months. And so I'm here to kind of share that with you, because you know what? Wisdom is not meant to be hoarded. People think that their gifts are meant to be hoarded, but remember, God gives you gifts to share out. And so one of the reasons I have done so well is because I'm a giving person. I go on everyone's streams, and anyone that knows me or I watch their videos, I share them out. And then I let them know. And then guess what they do for me? They shout me out. They shout me out. So I go to a live stream and I say, everyone lives are flashing today. I know there's a lot of people doing lives today on eBay. A lot of people. Welcome, Robert. Welcome, Princess. And you know, I have to say that there are a lot of lives out there going on, and because people are home. Some people are home, some people are not. And so I don't compete with anybody, because you don't need to compete. You don't need to compete. Oh, there's eBay. Thank you. Thank you so much, eBay. So now this is the way it's going to work. I'm going to show you what I do. Okay, eBay was nice enough to share me out. And so he shared me out, eBay, reseller, and vlogs. So now what I'm doing is I shout him out. Okay, eBay, reseller, and vlogs. Okay, so what just happened? He went from just, being in the stream to being shouted out. And I have to tell you, that is probably how I really, really grew so quickly. I went to everybody that I liked. I didn't share out streams I did not like or approve of. I don't endorse people that I don't feel comfortable with. I only endorse people that I feel that are, should be endorsed. And so what happened was I grew so fast. I grew so fast because I went to people's channels. I left them a nice comment. If I liked their video, I shared it out. I let them know that I shared it out. And then they came back to my channel and shared a video of mine out. So when people tell me, hey, I've shared a video of yours out, guess what I do? I go back to their channel, I find a video I like, and I share it out. Okay. Or when you go to their live stream, let them know that you've shared them out, and then they'll shout you out. And let me tell you, you will grow, grow, grow. Okay. And I believe in the philosophy that when you are, let me see here, when you are giving, the universe gives back to you. And so often people hold on to things like a dog with a bone. Oh, I can't share someone out. It's going to take something from me. Well, you know what? It takes nothing from you to share someone out. You have unlimited shares. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't take from you. Some people go, well, I don't want them to grow. They've grown enough. Well, you're probably not going to grow if you have that mentality. You have to have a mentality of supporting each other, because this is a journey here on YouTube about supporting each other. YouTube is not the same big channels talking about other big channels and followers doing exactly what they do, and is not cool. So many fake channels. AIFG, you're right. There are a lot. I want to talk on that too. AIFG, you are so right. I want people to feel at home. I want people to feel comfortable. Hey, friend, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I want people to feel at home here. Okay. And you always want to acknowledge everyone in the stream. And remember, sometimes the host does not see you. It's not that they're ignoring you. Okay. Especially when I take my glasses off. But yeah, so first of all, you want to be a person that welcomes people. And I'm going to share with you a couple mistakes I see people making on YouTube. Okay. I know somebody who really is trying, they want to grow, but they're stuck. They're really, really stuck. And I kind of watched their channel. They're a fairly nice sized channel, fairly nice sized channel. Okay. They're not a tiny channel, but they're stuck. And I noticed, number one, they don't share anybody out. The only people that they shout out are people that pay them, do that, whatever it is where you make money. I don't know what it's called. And I think that what they do is they make it about, it's kind of, they're selfish. There's a selfish aspect to them. Okay. There's a selfish aspect. And, let me see what that is. Okay. There's a selfish aspect to them. And I think when people can see that, they can read that. And this person is like, okay, if you don't do this for me, I'm not going to do that for you. Well, you're not going to grow. You can't have that kind of mentality. People want to feel, they don't want to feel used. If people feel used, they're not going to come back. I agree, AIFG. Depends on what kind of channel you go on. There are what I call bickering channels. These are the channels that just stir the pot. They just create havoc because there's groups of people that come. Rolling Homestead says it's all about giving back. We are started out small. Rolling Homestead, you're a pretty big channel now though, right? You're a pretty big channel because I think you and I did a live together, or you were on my live stream, right? Right? Is that right? And so the thing about it is if you're selfish with people, they're going to be selfish back to you. Okay? They're going to be selfish and they're not going to come back. So when I come on here, number one, I chose not to be monetized yet. 12K, everybody's monetized by 12K. Not true. I have one friend who has 3 million subscribers. Now this is a person I know, 3 million subscribers. And they grew their channel with no monetization. They didn't want to be monetized in the beginning. So you don't have to be monetized just because you make 1K. Okay. And a lot of people think that they need to get monetized. Monetization is a benefit, but it's not something that you have to do. And for me, I chose to hold back and grow my channel first and get it to the point where I'm comfortable, where I want it to be. And then likely I'll make that step for monetization. But my going here was never about monetization. I just came on here to share my daily insights. And that's what I continue to do. So what I have seen, one of the biggest mistakes is that people get monetized and then it becomes all about making money. And it's not about the people in their streams. And they only shout out people who do super chats or people who join and things like that. And I think when that happens, people walk away. I think people feel used and they walk away. So, that's not right. I acknowledge everyone that comes here because everyone that comes here is a friend, okay, or is going to be a friend. Rolling, for me, it's fun. I'm here to make friends, to enjoy, to share out, to stay connected. I love it. I love it. I have an in-person life that is extremely busy. And so this complements my life. This complements it. And Rolling, I know that you have the channel, you homeschool your children, I believe. And, I homeschooled my children. And you have an amazing channel. I really, really I really love your channel. And let me go back here for a second here. Let me go over here. Um, yeah, I really, really like your channel a lot. I have wonderful channels on here. I have amazing channels on here. I don't stay with channels that are not nice. And like I said, if people feel used by you, they're not going to come back to you. So never let people think that they're only there for your benefit, because the moment that that happens, it's over for you. You will not grow. And so, I let people, I make sure people feel important because they are important. And I try to get to know people as they come in. And I think it's just really, really important. Always acknowledge everyone in the stream. Okay. Welcome, Kemily in Florida. Welcome, welcome. So far you've learned share out, shout out. Extremely important. Share out, shout out. Okay, that will grow your channel probably the fastest. Be consistent whether you do live streaming or whether you do daily videos like I do. And don't let YouTube become your life, because the moment it becomes your life, you'll get exhausted and worn out. There are times that I have to step back. I was doing live streaming every day. And when I started back to college again, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And so I go based upon how I feel. If I feel rested, if I feel energized, then I'll come on. If I'm depleted, I go rest. I don't come on. Okay. Because I can't give you my best if I'm feeling depleted. So you've got to remember that you've got to take care of you. Don't make YouTube your life. Okay, there's more to life than YouTube. It's a blessing. YouTube is a blessing. It's a complement to a well-lived life, but it should not be the life itself. And some people, what I see is, and I know a couple people that, oh my gosh, their whole life is YouTube. Their whole entire life is YouTube. And I can tell you, they go from one stream to the other, up on panels, which I did in the beginning. I have to tell you, that was part of my way of growing, was to come up here and, to come up here. And that's one way to grow. But the problem is that it can be exhausting to you to do that. And so you may not want to, let me see, I think I put that in right. You may not want to exhaust yourself. If you want to enjoy YouTube, you also have to take breaks from it, and you also have to step back from it. Because if you stay with it too long, you're not even going to be able to think clearly, and your channel's not going to be at its best. So what I do is I make my daily 5-minute videos, and for the most part, I put them up right away. So what you get is fresh out of the oven. But I also save a few for when I don't have time and I can't make any that day because I'm too busy. And so when I get too busy, what happens is I go and I put up one that I've already done. Let's see. Thank you, Helen. Thank you. And Gilmara, welcome. So running Homestead, it takes most of my time. Rolling Homestead said, yes, we have, I go to college. I spend probably 10 to 12 hours a day with my books and doing projects and doing homework. And so sometimes I'll take my little breaks and I'll jump on someone's channel and all of that. But that's kind of in between what I'm doing in person. And of course, I have a family. I'm an artist. I'm a writer. And so I have a lot I'm balancing. But don't let YouTube be your life. Let it complement your life. Okay. And let people feel important. You're not going to grow your channel by yourself. You need other people. Jump up on people's live streams. That way people know who you are. They're more apt to subscribe to you if they've seen you than if they just seen your name. Okay, so make sure you go up on people's panels. That's very, very important. Make sure to tag your videos. People don't tag their videos right. Use every description word you can. You get 5,000 letters. Use every 5,000 if you can. And that's probably my weakest thing right now is I don't use up the whole description box. And that will promote you out real fast. And your title is extremely important. And thank you. God loves me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Right now, it's a little bit messy, because today I'm going to clean my house. And I'm going to get busy with it. So, but I think just if you want to grow your channel, make quality content and have something that's interesting, that's captivating. And somebody said to me, I am forever going to be remembered by grandma's couch or grandma's sofa. And that's the one you see in the beginning of my videos. Come to grandma's porch. And so the theme of my channel is grandma's wisdom, which I'm grandma. And although I had an amazing grandma, and I talk about my grandma often. And, so you need a little beginning and a little ending. It could be 10 seconds long, or it can be a minute long. Going beyond a minute is a little too long, but I would say somewhere between 10 seconds and a minute to introduce your channel. But don't put it on until you've come on first, said your title, and then it comes up, and then comes your video. So that's how I do it. So for example, if this were to be a video, I would come on and I would say, live streaming mistakes. And then it cuts over to grandma's porch. And then it comes back to the video. And then I end it with another little ending with grandma's porch. Okay. But you want to say the name of your title in the very, very beginning. That's the first words that should come out of your mouth, because somehow YouTube picks that up. And like one day I did a live stream, and it was called Going Fishing. And I was talking about just, fishing around for what you want. And do you know that I got several fishermen that came up on my live stream? Because my title was called Going Fishing. So your title and your first sentence or your first couple of words of your video are extremely important. Okay. So I think, one of the biggest mistakes is thinking that you're going to grow overnight, that you're going to become this super channel, that you're going to have a viral video. I can tell you, I do not have a viral video. And I've put out I've got 2,700 videos that are open to the public, and none of them have gone viral. A lot of them, I think the one that got the most views was 6,800 views. But that's not viral. Viral is like 1 million views. So do I live in hopes of getting a viral video? I don't live in hopes of getting a viral video. That would be a big blessing, but I don't live in hopes of it happening. Okay. So I build my channel slowly. I build it daily with my 5-minute videos. I come on occasion when I feel like it to do a live stream. And, I just have fun, and I make friends, and I meet people. And this has been an amazing journey for me, because now, instead of the private person that I am, I'm now letting y'all see who I am and my life. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about trolls. Trolls. My sweet little trolls. And y'all know I got them. I got some wonderful trolls, I have to tell you. Rainbow Grasshopper, welcome, welcome. The best is to be true to your channel. Don't be fake. That is the biggest help that I can give. Absolutely. Be authentic. It's in your imperfections that people will love you. They will love you. Hey, Troy, welcome. Thank you. Thank you. So let me talk to you about imperfections. I come on here. I'm a sweaty mess half the time because I've done my 5-mile run. My house, sometimes you'll see in the videos, my dishes are in the sink. I let y'all see me as I am. Okay. You see me from a lot of different angles. I'm authentic. I'm not trying to be a copy of anyone else. and I just come on and I'm me. Okay, just me, because there's no one else like me and there's no one else like you. Okay, so if you be the best you that you can be and don't try to be a copy of someone else or copy someone else's channel, you will be successful. But the moment that you try to copy someone else, you're probably going to fail. And let me tell you, I have to tell you something funny. I guess you know you've succeeded at some level when people start copying you. So one day I put out a couple of videos, and do you know that maybe an hour later, someone else put out videos that were almost word for word of what I had put out. And I realized that I knew this person. Okay, I knew this person. And I thought, okay, I didn't particularly like it, but I realized that's just part of the territory. There are going to be copycats and people that want to copy you. But the problem that they didn't realize is that they can't be a copy of me. And I can't be a copy of anybody else. So get busy being you. Get busy letting people see who you are, what your life is about, what you do. You may say, well, I don't know what my channel should be about. What do you love to do? What is it that you love? And share that out. Share that out. And then you will be enthusiastic about what it is. I love wisdom. I love inspiration. So I come on here and I share out what I love, which is wisdom and inspiration. You know what? God loves me. I don't really have, I have a couple. I have one. I talk about how to make your home, a house, a home. And your house will be a home when it reflects you and your family. Okay. Your house could be a tent. It could be a mobile home. It could be a travel trailer. It could be a tiny little apartment. When I had my first apartment and it was in California, I was 19 years old and I couldn't afford a whole lot. And so what happened was I had a studio apartment and the bed came out of the wall. Okay. I don't know if y'all seen beds like that, but it was a tiny apartment. But you know what? It was home, and I made it a home. And with what little bit of money I had at the time, I made it a home. Okay. And so you make it your home and you make it your way. If you walk through any of my rooms, you're going to find family photos everywhere. Framed family photos. I have family photos out. You're going to see all my paintings on the walls. I'm like the eccentric old lady. I have antiques everywhere in my house. If you've seen Grandma's Parlor, go look up the video Grandma's Parlor. You'll see all of my antique Victrolas. I have an antique telephone, one of the ones from around 1900. So yeah. Yeah. Well, Troy, you can be my grandson. I don't think you're my age, Troy, but thank you. But the thing about it is, the thing about it is that you want to just be you, be authentically who you are. And when you are authentic, people are going to love you, love you, love you. One of my friends, whom I absolutely love, and she has an amazing channel, she said, my English is not so good. And I said, well, my English is not so good either. And I come on here and, I don't worry myself with trying to be perfect. And I told her, I said, your uniqueness and the fact that your English is a little bit broken makes you special. And it's going to make people want to come to your channel because it makes you special and unique. So look at your flaws as part of your beauty. I did a video called Your Scars Are Your Stars. People often think because they have a scar, they want to hide it. Okay, they want to hide it. We're talking physical scars. But when you have a scar, it just shows you what you've been through. And often people that have been through things have a depth that people that haven't been through things don't have. So I believe that people will love you for your scars, not run away from you. The wrong people will leave you. The right people will love you. And so you don't have to be perfect to come up here. You don't have to be scripted. You don't have to come up and say, well, I've got to get it all right. I don't get it all right. I just come up here. I basically decided that my topic would be about the YouTube channel today. I had no real idea. So the key to it is you come up and you just get comfortable. And if you're afraid of doing a live stream, that's all the more reason why you need to do one. Okay. You may mess up. You may not come out perfect. You may have the camera crooked. You may be like me and get up every 2 seconds to put their glasses on. Okay. But it's all okay. It's all okay. And hey, Susie. And Susie, I normally keep my grandma's, see back here, if you can look, the doors, that's the grandma's porch that you see in the videos. And over there, you're going to see a tripod. And that's where I place my camera in order to do my videos, because that's kind of the best spot for me. And so, but normally I leave my doors open, but I wanted to turn the air conditioning on while I was doing the video. So, or doing the live stream. So, but welcome, Yarn and Craft Works by Julie. Welcome, welcome. Shout out to you. Welcome, welcome. Susie, I when I did my first live stream, I actually did a lot of live streaming over on Facebook for about 2 years. And I had a really big following. My personal page was maxed out. And so I created a public page, which has about 11, 12,000. And what got me over here was I got mad at Facebook. Basically, what they did, they changed the rules on the public pages, and people had to do follow first. Otherwise, they would never see your videos and they would never see your postings. So I went from 11,000, 12,000 people commenting to maybe 100 people at most commenting, because no one was seeing my posts anymore, because most people at that point had not known about the follow first drop down thing that you have to click. So I said, you know what, forget it. I'm going to YouTube. So with my little 200 subscribers, family and friends, I came over here 6 months ago, and the rest is history. And so yeah, so basically that's how it works, and I come on here and I share wisdom and I talk from my scribble notes, which I have a lot of them. I scribble notes in the morning in the dark when I'm waking up, and then I do my videos, and I do recordeds. I also record all my thoughts, so that when I'm out running my 5 mile run every day, I put, I don't forget, because if you don't write it down, or if you do not record it, you're going to forget it. You're going to forget it. 5 minutes later, you won't remember it. Susie, you say you watched me for years. Was that on here or was that over on Facebook? I'm curious, because if you've watched me for years on here, then you must have been watching the videos that were 1 minute long and that were up and down, that were not landscape, and that I didn't have a beginning or an ending or anything like that. Facebook. Okay, Facebook. Yes, Susie. I've been doing them for years over there. I don't do them now over there because they put me in Facebook jail. They like to put people in Facebook jail a lot. So if I play music in the background, you go to Facebook jail. So I don't bother doing my live streams over there anymore. Troy, I think the best thing you can do, Troy, is to do what you can fitness-wise, And at 63 years old, I'm out there every single day running 5 miles a day. There are days that it's a fast paced walk. There's other days it's a full out run. Some days it's a combination, but I'm out there. And you know what? I believe in doing what you can that works well for you. Just because I do 5 miles doesn't mean somebody else should do it. Okay. You have to find what works for you. But I do believe in fitness. And I think fitness and eating healthy, for me, what I do is I eat, I'm a juicer. I juice a lot. And so I juice daily. I juice green juices, and I also do lemon juice. And for me personally, I'm not recommending it, but for me personally, I take the pulp and the peelings, and I put it in a blender, and I make it real thick, and then I dilute it with water, and that's what I drink. Okay. And in addition to that, I eat a lot of greens, a lot of vegetables. I'm vegan, which means I primarily do not do meat or dairy. But if I go out to a restaurant or I'm out with friends and they're serving something, I will eat what they serve. So I'm not a religious vegan, but I am a vegan. Okay, that's what I do. Yes, Snowman. Snowman, I am 63 years young. 63. And I take care of myself. I take care of myself in every way. I make sure that I get an extra hour of sleep. I drink a lot of water. I juice. I run. I exercise. I dance. And I keep a positive attitude. And I do everything that I love. It's really, really important to do what you love. And if you're not doing what you love every day, then you're taking away from your life. Now, I realize we all have to work, and some people have to go to a job that they don't like. The key to it is, if you have a job that you do not like, is to find a way to make it a job that you love. Sometimes all it takes is us changing our attitude and changing the way we do things. And we can take a job that we didn't like and turn it into one that we've loved. There are other jobs that we just can't do anything with, and it pays the bills. And I believe in, if you have a job that you absolutely hate, I believe then it's time to start to, in the right way, seek out jobs that will change your life for the better. Because some environments are unhealthy, some environments are toxic, and there's nothing that we can do to change it. I'm going to tell you that I had a job. I was living in Europe, and I had a job for the Americans in Europe, and it was a fantastic job, fantastic. And I got to go to castles, I got to go to parties, I got to do all kinds of things. But the women that I worked with in that office were hateful and mean. They were mean to each other. And it became such a toxic environment, and nothing that I did could change that. And so I made the decision that I was going to quit the job. So I put in my notice, and what do you find out? They were all upset that I was quitting. They didn't want me to quit. And I began to drag my feet some because I thought, I'm giving up this job that is a fantastic job. But lo and behold, that about 3 days before I was to leave that job, I met up with somebody who I briefly had known, and they asked me to open up an office in another town. Well, I ended up opening up on the following Monday. I ended up opening this office up in this other town, and it turned out to be one of the best jobs I ever had too. So I left a toxic environment for a healthy environment. So, I'm not suggesting someone quit their job. I'm saying you have to do it in the right way. You have to make sure you're trained. You put out applications. You've got another secure job in place. But sometimes we can't change an environment. We have to be the one that changes. Hey, Nexor, welcome to you. Welcome. And Troy asked if I can eat fish. Troy, do I eat fish if I'm out and about? And like I said, I will eat what's served. Um, as a true vegan, you don't eat fish. Okay. But do I eat fish if I'm out and about and that's what's being served? I do. I do. And, I like fish, but I just try to stay away from as much of that as I can. Okay. That's what I try to do. That's okay, Susie. My grandparents lived to be 100. Grandma lived to be 100, almost 100. And she ate hot dogs and she ate donuts, and grandpa, he ate cookies all day, and they lived to be almost 100. So, I'm not going to say that veganism is the way to go. I'm just saying that's my choice to do that. I just kind of made that choice, and it fits well with me. But somebody else might like cookies all day and it may work for them. Who am I to say? And there you go. And so, yeah, you have to take care of your body. You have to take care of your mind. You have to take care of who you are. Take care of your relationships. Take care of your family. Take care of your friends. Don't let yourself get exhausted, tired, and worn out and depleted. And so many people, they're just worn out. A lot of people who are doing YouTube also are working full time. They've got families and they're trying to do all of these things. And they're kind of unhappy because they're trying to balance too much. And I don't try to overbalance. I realize I can't do it all. I cannot do it all and I cannot be it all. And I don't try to do it and I don't try to be it all. And so just remember, the moment that you try to do and be it all, you may end up failing. And so I pick and choose selectively what I'm going to add to my plate of life. And I take more off of my plate of life than I put on. Okay. And, I make taking care of my body, number one. I making sure that I'm rested, that I'm eating healthy. I make sure that I'm not rushing. I prefer to go slow because if I'm rushing, I'm likely to make mistakes or I'm not going to be enjoying what it is that I'm doing. Okay. So I go slow. I'm the tortoise. I will share a little story with you. There is one of my friends, his channel grew really, really fast too. And he was way ahead of me. And he said, he was kind of teasing me. You better catch up. And I told him, I said, well, I got my running shoes on. I'm trying to catch up, but I'm the tortoise. And I said, I go slow. Well, about 2 weeks ago, I happened to bump into him on YouTube. And here I've passed him. And I was kind of shocked. And he said, how did that happen? I said, I'm the tortoise, not the hare. I go slow. So I think, take your time in life, enjoy your journey, take care of your body, take care of your relationships. Don't dump on the people that you love. Okay, don't dump on them. Just because they're your family, just because they're your parents, just because they're your kids, just because they're your husband, just because they're your best friend, don't dump on them. Okay, respect your relationships. They're your closest relationships. People dump on their spouses, they dump on their kids, they put demands on people. It's all about demands. Start enjoying your relationships. Stop all the demanding. I'm not saying don't hold people to expectations and to high expectations, because I do. I hold my relationships to high expectations, but I also know they're not perfect. And I also know that I don't want to dump on them. And I know that I'm not perfect. So I allow a lot of room for imperfection, and I enjoy the people that I love. You know, my husband, my kids, my family, enjoy the people that you love and quit demanding from them. Okay, because they're there to love you and you're there to love on them, not to demand constantly from them. And be grateful to them that they're in your life. Be grateful, have the spirit of gratitude. So many people lack gratitude. And you know, I was watching a video on social media, and it was of a younger group of people, and they were being so disrespectful to authority, so disrespectful. And I thought, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Because in my day, if you were disrespectful to someone in authority, it wouldn't have been a good turnout. And so I don't know, when people stop being respectful to each other, it doesn't reflect the person that they're trying to diminish. It reflects who they are. Because at no moment did I look at the person that they were trying to diminish as being a person in the wrong. I looked at the person who was trying to diminish the other people as being stupid. They were stupid to do that, because ignorance are people who are rude to good people, or people who are in authority. You know, I couldn't believe it. So anyhow, so, you know, just be respectful, be kind, be nice. And I think that will get you a long ways in life. Okay. And John Mark, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. You know, this, like I said, this is not my normal time to come on. And, you know, there's a lot of live streamers going on right now. So, you know, I'm surprised any of you were nice enough to come on my stream. And I'm not a growth channel. So, you know, most people go to the growth channels. And I know so many fantastic growth channels. And if you want to grow fast, let's talk about the growth channels. There are growth channels that you can grow so fast. And there are growth channels that it takes forever to even make one friend. So you got to find the growth channels. If you're about growing, find the ones where you can grow really fast. Okay. The ones that you have to sit there and wait your turn, and sit there and wait your turn some more. If I were, you know, as busy as I am, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. And so there's there's a quality in growth channels. Growth channels are each different. You have to find out what the rules of the host is, because each host is different. Some hosts let you drop your own link. Other ones do not. You know, there's a system with each host. And so it's very, very important to be respectful. But you don't have to stay on a channel that doesn't work for you. Move on to another channel that does work for you. There's a lot of them out there, a lot of great growth channels. Yesterday, I had several growth channels on here, and they were all fantastic, just fantastic growth channels. They came on, they came up, they shouted out. And, you know, you can really grow fast through the growth channels. I love the growth channels if I have time, but often I just don't have the time anymore. Okay. And let me get my glasses back on here. Jehemi MV Vlog, welcome, welcome, thank you. And John Mark, welcome. Susie, I don't remember that. The 100-year-old Jude ate yogurt. You know what? I don't watch TV, so that's probably why I don't remember it. You know, in regards to television, I don't watch television, and I tend to like old movies. I don't like what's being put out now, so I don't watch the new movies. I watch old movies. Like, my favorite is A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, which is on YouTube for free. You can get it in its entirety for free. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Another one is called Tobacco Road. I love it. It's from the 1940s. I love to watch old TV shows from the 50s and 60s. And, the stuff on television today that they call comedy, to me, is an insult to comedy. It's not comedy. And I think that all started to change in the early 70s when, they brought some of these more reality comedy shows in. And, that became the big hit, and all the old time comedy shows began to get replaced. And I think we've lost sight of what true comedy is. But I do go on the internet and I do surf it sometimes to find a good movie or a good old TV show. So, but yeah, take care of yourself, take care of your body, be you, be the best you that you know how to be, and just be happy. Find your happiness. And don't let yourself get exhausted, because the moment that you get exhausted, you're not going to be your best, and you're not going to treat your relationships the best. And you want to treat your in-person relationships the very, very best. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm not on here long today. This was a short live, and I am going to go because I have a lot to do today. I have homework to do. And then there is a classmate that is having issues with one of her assignments. And so I'm going to help her on her assignment or help her, learn what it is that she needs to do. And then my daughter's here, so we're going to make homemade noodles. We roll the noodles out, we roll the dough out, and we have a little machine, and we use the machine and we make noodles. Now, I also make homemade noodles where I just cut the noodles. They're bigger strips, and they are wonderful. And we just use flour, salt, eggs, and water. And for me, I have a separate batch which just has no eggs. I have a vegan egg that I use, a vegan egg mixture, and they are absolutely fantastic and so cheap to make. I learned how to make noodles from my mama, and we were really poor when I was little. And so my mama knew how to cook. We were always well fed because she knew how to make a meal from almost anything. So we ate a lot of homemade noodles growing up, and fried green tomatoes and homemade cornmeal mush. And we would put the cornmeal mush in a pan, let it harden, and we would slice it and into squares and fry it, and then pour corn syrup over it. It was so, so good. So my daughter and I are going to cook today, and my son and husband won't be home till late, and my other son will be working all day. So it's just kind of my daughter and I. We're going to work around here. I'm going to paint a little bit, make a couple YouTube videos, and that's what I'm going to do. So I just want to say thank you for those of you that have graced my channel, that have come here, that have been kind enough to come here and just kind enough to come here and to spend some time with me. I appreciate you. You've all been amazing. And I know that there's a lot of other live streams out there and a lot of growth streams going on. So I'm just surprised any of you came. And so thank you, thank you. And I want you to know that it's important to be happy, and it's important to love yourself and to be good to yourself and to be good to the people that you love. Okay? Be kind to the people that you love, but be kind to yourself. Don't make yourself last on the priority list. Okay? Make yourself number one on the priority list, because when you're taking care of you, you can take care of those that you love. Okay? And so don't take on too much, because when you take on too much, you're going to get exhausted. And so make sure you're rested. And you know what? Even if you have to leave the dishes in the sink, it's okay. It's okay. You want to take care of you. Well, I pray blessings over you. I pray great blessings and great success. May God bless you. And so from my house to your house, may God bless you. And I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.